Coming up, a conversation with Gabriel Prusback and his exhibition, Outgoing Tide, at the Proletariat. And we're about to get started. We see Gabriel Prusback putting the final touches on his installation. This is Outgoing Tide at the Proletariat. It'll be here through the second week of April 2023. We'll get started with Gabe in just a minute. Gabriel, I'd like to talk about the installation, talk about you a little bit. We'll talk about, why don't you describe your wardrobe for this opening, as a matter of fact, to start with.
Well, this whole thing, I just put some clothes on and came over.
That were around the house.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, you look great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
The installation looks great. Now, this is called Outgoing Tide. We're at the Proletariat. This will be here from now until, second week of April then,
Until
right?
April 20th.
April 20th, final date.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk a little bit about you to start with.
Okay.
And number one, are you from the island originally?
I've lived here all my life, but I wasn't born here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the same as being from
I'm from
the island.
Houston.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Heights.
This is an interesting and eclectic piece. I know that you're well known on the island for having a number of installations in place. Most of those are
Murals.
murals, I was saying,
Yeah.
and as opposed to as eclectic and multidimensional as this is. How long have you been anticipating doing an installation like this?
I did an installation, a semi-installation like this about four years ago.
Yeah.
And this is a lot more, which I've been wanting to do things like this for a long time. I did an interactive installation about 3 years ago.
Right.
It wasn't during Art Walk, but it was just my own show. Just to get into that installation and more creative with my hands versus with paint.
Right.
Just kind of a walk-in kind of thing where as soon as you walk into it, you're in the artwork, you're surrounded by it, not just hanging paintings. It was an actual tornado of a piece of work. So it was real fun. And then this one is a more, I couldn't necessarily use the entire space. If I could have, I would have taken all the chairs out.
I know.
But this is more of an installation that you can actually come and hang out with.
Right.
And still do study or drink coffee or hang out and play games and stuff. So it's still fun. It still has the same feel to it.
Right.
So I've done a couple other installations, 2 or 3 before this. This is just a kind of more updated of my work, honestly.
A relatively trite question, but I think one that our listeners will want to hear, and that is, when did you realize that art was an area that you were going to pursue?
As a kid.
Early.
Yeah, as a kid, but it wasn't anything I felt like I was going to do full time.
Yeah.
I just knew I was going to do artwork, so I knew it was never going to end, but I never thought I would be doing it as a full-time artist. I never thought that was a thing. Never thought that was possible, honestly.
How did you make that transition?
I made that transition out of certain circumstances that I had to trust God in, because I had a job and I was in ministry for about 12 years.
Yes.
And then I had been doing artwork already, and I thought, why don't I just do this full time and just trust God? And it was scary because it was kind of a leap of faith, a jump out into the middle of nowhere, like, wow, this is different. Like, I got to depend on myself now, or just depend on God, really. But I had to be my own boss, which was a lot more responsibility, a lot more work. It's work. It's really lots of work. It's not just painting.
A lot
That's
of people don't realize how much entrepreneurship is involved in the business of art.
Yeah,
besides the creative aspect of art.
Also, I had learned business on the side as an artist. I was still doing artwork for side jobs,
right?
Just kind of on the side, not side jobs, but like, okay, I wanted to do this mural over here. I'll do it on my time when I can.
Right.
But it wasn't a full-time thing. And then, honestly, the first year I went full-time, I realized how much more I could get done. And I was like, oh, wow, I have so much time to do what I want to do, And it kind of opened up a lot more creativity. To be honest, I was 100% in, and I was like, wow, there is so much more possibilities. And I just started painting a lot.
And you can live up to a commitment too.
Yeah.
Because you know you have the time
Oh,
to make
yeah.
it happen.
I have a lot of energy already, so
You think?
it was definitely worth going full force. My motivation was just, hey, you're having fun. Go, keep going, have fun. Be a kid.
What a great way to make a living.
You know,
having
so
fun. Yeah.
And there were some things I didn't want to do. I mean, yeah, I didn't want to talk business all the time, but I learned it, and I failed a lot,
Sure.
which is great.
Perfect.
You can't learn anything without failing.
That's right.
You gotta fail. You gotta trip before you start walking a bunch. You know, it's just like a baby. You know,
Right.
So I failed a ton of times, and I probably shot myself in the foot, metaphorically speaking,
Yes.
a bunch of times. You
Right.
know, but it was worth it. Nobody was gonna hand it to me. You know, I had to really put in some work. But yeah, I still do the same things, and that was 5 years ago. But I also did that like 15 years ago.
Yes.
That's when I really started actually making it a profession, not full time, but it was
Right.
still a profession. But yeah, it's been a blast. I still feel like I'm 5 years old doing
Nothing
it.
wrong with art for money, is there?
No, not at all. If people really want it, sure,
It doesn't
okay.
have to be exclusive.
Yeah.
But
If
we're-
they don't want it, well, that's okay too.
We're
Just
going to
keep
walk.
painting.
We're going to walk your installation here, which what covers.
Cool.
This is almost like 75 linear feet that you have created here, from what I can tell, just
I
by
guess.
looking
I haven't
at it.
measured
it's,
anything.
It's all encompassing.
This
I
is
must
actually
say.
very small in my eyes. It's like, oh, this isn't that much. But because it's a focus and a solo show, it's a lot more.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a lot more, and it's a challenging, installations are a lot more challenging because there's so many more objects involved versus painting.
That's right.
Painting is not, it's normal to me. It's constant. But objects involved is a lot different, and lighting and LED and just different things I don't normally do is the challenge, and that's why I had so much fun doing it. And I could probably keep going and adding stuff to this, and it would still make it
I got that
more and more
sense
fun.
that you're still adding.
I could have kept doing it
last night, probably.
If I had another week, you'd see it more
We
different.
wouldn't be able to see the wall at
windows.
all.
You wouldn't even see the windows. You wouldn't see what's coming through here.
So
it's
we're going to
great,
wander
yeah.
on over to the beginning. This is the entrance to the Proletariat from the 23rd Street side. And we won't have the time to just go into everyone in depth, but let's just run lightly over what we are immersed in as we walk in
Yeah.
the door.
Definitely. So when you come in, it's already, you're at the show. It's not a progressive thing. It hits you in the face as soon as you get in here because there's lights, there's color, there's reflecting vinyl. A lot of this is behind the scenes of what I do, and I live for the ocean. I live for the beach
Right.
because that's just. I was at the beach today for
Sure.
3 hours. I mean,
Good for you.
Hey, you got a show today? Yeah, I'm just gonna surf for a little
You're
while.
getting ready for it. That's right. Exactly.
So being at the beach, it's just kind of I live here, so where you live, you kind of develop, and that's what the show is. It's the beach, but it's also, it has nothing to do with the beach.
Well, it does and doesn't. The beach
Yeah.
is a mind cleansing
It's a mind
and
cleanse
exploratory
thing, yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, it's where I play. The outgoing tide. I mean, I don't want to read this whole thing,
No,
but
we will suffice to say when you walk in the door,
Yeah, when
you
you-
will see a summary.
you'll see
of
the
outgoing
statement
tide.
of the whole show.
Let's
So-
walk along. And by the way, I want to mention to those who might be interested in purchasing, since you have somewhat camouflaged the for sale pieces into the wall art, be aware that if you see a piece that is of interest to you, it's available for sale likely.
Definitely. So the whole start of this, the strategy was to bring a mural in here, but within the mural, I attached pieces before I painted. I use metal and wood that I find and grab and people give to me, or I buy wood, or I just like to have something that has nature's effects on it. If you want to go deep with it, that's kind of what I like. Some of them I just bought canvases from Goodwill that I was like, well, these are $4 canvases.
I happen to have something on them.
I want something. I had to paint over them. I mean, it was printed stuff.
Such as
It was
the Masters.
It was nothing really painted. So I was like, well, these are just printed. I'm just gonna paint over these. But they're useful. I like dual use, you know. So that's kind of what I did. As I put them all on the wall, and then I just started painting a mural within it, and it just creates so much character. I've been doing that for as long as I've been painting, which is about 21 years. So.
I have to ask, do you have a storage area, and what does it look like?
I do. I actually recently bought a house, so I have a lot more storage now.
I love it. It's filled.
It is and it isn't, because I'm using stuff constantly.
So it's all dynamic.
I don't have anything at the moment, honestly.
Yeah.
I used a lot of stuff for this, and then I've been doing little jobs. So as far as like commission goes, but yeah, I don't have anything right now. I'm kind of empty right now, to be honest. I've been working on this, and this is all the stuff that I really would be using for pieces, paintings.
To say that this is dynamic and encompassing would be an understatement. I'm just trying to give people that are listening to this a little bit of a heads up.
Thank you very much.
Prepare to be immersed in the installation. All right, let's move. There's a bicycle wheel on the wall.
So just like what you were saying, to be immersed in it, there's different things that I see that are things that you can immerse yourself in. When I see a bicycle wheel, I thought, why not bring this? This is relatable to my life. And honestly, I see this wheel as just an abstract piece that has texture, which is all the spokes. So I honestly add my abstract design work within it, and it fits. It fits well, and I paint around it. And
to the point where not only painted around it, but painted a stripe right across the bicycle wheel, including hits on the tire.
Why not include it in the paint?
On the spokes, and ties in with the stripe on the wall. It's hard to tell the demarcation between your pieces and the wall that's behind them. Let's move along. We can spend hours on each one of these.
The structure of the whole mural, it revolves around the beach, but it's not necessarily filled in, hence the name Outgoing Tide. It takes things that are hidden and shows them. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is I'm unveiling things, like just different things, like you would see a pop beach ball, or you would see shells, or you might see a bike tire.
You very well might.
You know,
I don't know if it'd be in this good a shape.
You might see a surfboard. You might just see that on the end of the beach.
It would be multiple pieces if it was a surfboard
and
on the beach.
And that actually is a broken surfboard that I put back together. So that's part of it too.
Here you've got a piece that is separate but part of the wall installation.
Yeah.
And that's one of the purchasable.
Definitely.
For sale. Okay.
Yeah, everything has a. I didn't want to put labels necessarily. It was just too. It kind of was an eyesore to put labels. Well, I wrote labels right here.
I see.
With a crayon instead, because the show's kind of about being a kid, anyways. So
absolutely.
Even if you can't see it, well, that's okay.
Well, if you're truly interested in this piece,
if you're very interested, you'll look down to the right of it.
Don't look for a red dot. Don't look for a printed label. Look below for a crayon mark on the wall.
I don't know. Maybe after tonight, all you'll see is red dots. Who knows?
That would be fine.
That'd be good. That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's right. All right, moving along, and okay, this is a beautiful piece here, by the way,
Thank
and
you.
it just is involved in the entire painting on the wall. Mm-hmm. Let's move along.
Yeah, go ahead.
All I can say is more found things, right?
When I do stuff, I want to share stuff. I don't necessarily want to sell everything. That's kind of boring.
Understood.
Sometimes. I just like giving stuff away sometimes. I'm not going to give these paintings away, but I want to give something to stamp a reminder of where you just went. It's almost like an amusement park. You take something home and you're like, wow, I didn't even buy anything. I just bought my admission. I just walked in there to the park.
Very few art installations have a souvenir.
Yeah, souvenirs are fun.
And your famous somewhat repaired board here.
Yeah, my surfboard.
Another piece.
The surfboard has a play button on it, but I like to say the play is on repeat.
Okay.
And it's part of the show, is playing, having fun.
A neon look up here with what looks like an eye on a remnants of a palette.
Oh yeah, so a lot of this has to do with faces, and the not necessarily all happy faces, but there are there's a laughter in these faces.
Well, and the faces that you find in
Yeah,
anything. I love
exactly.
that.
There's faces in anything.
You have found a smiling
But I
face.
honestly made faces to where it's noticeable, you know?
Yeah.
There's just different things like that.
Well,
And it's just part of the show, creating more of a joy and happiness in it.
There are elements that anyone could see, but might not necessarily assign the value that you have to. And that's the whole thing. You've taken a piece, amplified it some, and made it visible to all of us. And thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. I appreciate
Moving
it.
on toward the coffee bar, you'll hear a little more ambient sound now as we have people around us. And that's okay. That's people prepared. We're here about 25 minutes before this show, by the way, and I expect to be jammed once it begins.
Yeah, it'll be jam-packed in here.
And I expect people to stay.
Get rowdy and maybe just a lot of laughter.
Well, maybe they'll all bring their checkbooks with them too. Who knows?
That's fine too.
All righty. We're going to move past the coffee bar and over to the other side. We have some truly dynamic pieces over here. And this is... Wait. Okay, let's start with the wall. And this, by the way, for those of you listening, this is the wall directly to the left of the coffee bar.
So this is kind of the interactive area, more interactive than the main wall. I brought in a giant beach ball for people to blow up, because in order to play, sometimes you gotta work, and that's okay. Are you willing to have fun by doing the work? You know, that's what I do for a living. You know. So basically and it kind of just brings you to a dream state of mind when you walk through here. It gives you a kind of a feeling of happiness, a feeling of joy, a feeling of childhood. And I also have a bunch of glasses for people to just use, and I'm going to put these all over the place.
Yeah. I looked through the traditional 3D glasses earlier at some of your installation. It adds a
little
element,
flair.
yeah.
And I'm not traditional, so my 3D is all experimental here.
Yeah.
I don't follow the tradition of what is what on three-dimensional, but I know the values of cold and hot.
Right, exactly.
So that makes the dimensional fun.
You have multi-dimensionality, even when you look out, of course, without the 3D glasses, but coincidentally, with the chroma that you've used, and the fact that it's parallel lines, and when you look through the glasses,
exactly.
What a great
there's simple values like that,
3D world,
it's
great. All right, the wall, the clouds on the top.
So those were just an extra effect to walk through. I'm just trying to give that flavor of wonder, like a child. You know, we tend to forget those things by adulthood, and kids will understand when they walk in here. They'll be like, it's like they're normal, you know.
And the parachuting people out of the clouds.
The parachuting people out of the clouds. That's
just priceless.
Just a spectacular.
And then, of
fun.
course, leading us to your famous inflatable beach ball that you have to work to have pleasure with.
You gotta play.
You gotta play, but
if we get this thing blown up tonight, that would be awesome. That would actually amaze me. That would be a blast.
Well, that's a challenge.
That's
then,
a challenge. There
Anybody,
you go. It's a challenge to play sometimes.
You may have to stand here and tell people.
It's hard to tell people. It's hard to tell people. Why don't you just be a kid? Because they're like, oh, I got bills to pay, and I got this to do, and I got responsibilities, and if you want to really play, that's almost like using the bike pump to actually pump this 6 foot beach ball up.
That's right. 6.
It's only up to 3.5 feet.
I was going to say, we're just partial on it. We got a ways to go on here.
Oh, we got a ways.
All right, now we're coming into the final wall, the wall that leads toward the lobby at the National Hotel Artists Loft, NHAL Lofts, which is adjacent to Proletariat. Now, I saw this piece coming together. I had no idea that this was going to be...
So what I wanted to do is, since this wall was so close to the windows, I wanted to create it for the streets and have a street value happy face. I didn't want to put a painting in here or a biography, or I just thought that was too dull to me. I was like, I want to put some active fun in here, something people are looking at and feel joy, you know?
Well, typically, you're absolutely right. That is what normally goes in this display window, is the bio and the smaller pieces.
Sure.
And this is not a bio.
I think changing it. I like separating myself from what I constantly see. It's like, okay, it's time for an update here. You know, I have to update constantly in order to be interested. So it's
And interesting.
and interesting.
Because
Exactly.
that's the byproduct of your interest is that you create interesting product.
Yeah,
that's-
that's fun.
that's great.
And that was what's fun about this show is I got to do something that that Becky didn't really care. She's like, I trust you,
Yeah.
and I want you to do what you do. And I was like, oh, good. This
That's
is
something
great.
an artist
And
does not have that much access to, particularly
not a lot.
a space
yeah,
like this.
Not a great going business that's, you know, a
Yeah.
community staple here on the Strand.
Who let you paint on their walls? That's
They
right.
let me paint all over the walls. She didn't even care. I was like,
All right,
oh,
we're
great.
just about to wrap things up.
I wasn't going to destroy it, but I was going to destroy it with artwork.
No, you simply retextured it.
Yeah, I retextured it all.
So, and now we get to the final piece. And just give me a quick rundown on this.
So
And-
this is a piece I actually added in last minute. I actually didn't know I was going to add any paintings from outside, but this piece fits so perfectly in
does.
here because I brought the beach and I did this piece. This is an umbrella that it was already destroyed, so I destroyed it even more.
Right.
And it's called Protection Restored. So I just kind of added this in to make one last face from the outside windows, and I thought this is just perfect fitting piece for this spot.
Well, it does. Even from a color and hue, etc.
Yeah.
It's like it was designed to be there.
Yeah, it was perfectly
So
fitting.
maybe in your mind, this was here all along.
I did this about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But as you created this, perhaps that was there.
It was there perfectly.
Yeah.
I brought it
Yeah.
here and I thought maybe this will fit, and I back and forthed it.
We've been talking to Gabriel Prusback.
Yeah.
His art will be here at the Proletariat until April 20th.
Yeah.
It has been just a delight talking with you.
Thank you.
Those of you listening, you will enjoy this installation, I can
Yeah.
assure you. And this is Jim Braden from the Proletariat.